Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we're back with another banging video. So Sean Diddy Combs has been sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in federal prison and a $500,000 fine following his conviction on 2 counts of transporting individuals across a state line for the purpose of prostitution. Judge Arun Subramania is saying, you're gonna pay us $500,000 because of your savage abuse on ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, saying that he's making an example out of Diddy because he caused irreparable harm to his victims. And that 11-minute video that they showed in court cannot excuse for the crimes that he has committed. So he's saying, Sean Diddy Combs, we're giving you 50 months behind bars. No. Judge Arun Subramania is saying deterrence requires a significant sentence, noting that Diddy held more free cops even after he had been subjected to search warrants and public shaming over his abuse of Cassie Ventura, right? And when this was announced in the court, according to several reports, he stood emotionless and stunned as the judge handed him his sentence, staring straight ahead as he was slated for abusing his victims physically, emotionally, and psychologically. You abuse the power and control you had over the lives of women you professed to love dearly, the judge said. Why did it go on so long? Because you have the power and resources to keep it going. Now, we know that this decision is following that very tumultuous trial wherein Cassie Ventura and along with a few other witnesses testified about the horrific experiences that they endured from Sean Diddy Combs. Now, we can see a few sketches coming out of the courtroom, and there were several significant moments inside that courtroom today because while his kids were there, the girls took the stand. They pleaded with the judge for their father's release, but it was still not enough. Sean Diddy Combs' attorney, Nicole Westmoreland, also broke down in tears in her floundering argument for a light sentence, claiming he deserved leniency because he was awarded Menswear Designer of the Year by American Fashion Council in 2004. Like, get the out of here, woman. Now they're saying, it's just about an award. It wasn't just about the award. It was about breaking barriers, according to what his attorney is saying in the courtroom. Diddy being giving that award wasn't just about award. He was this man who broke barriers. He did amazing philanthropic work and all of this. But Judge Arun Subramania wasn't falling for any of that because he said Diddy knew that he had the power. He abused his power, and he did so even after he was put in front of the public to shame, disgrace, and ridicule the searching of his property. Nothing deterred Diddy. So Judge Arun Subramania, in other words, is saying there's only one thing that can keep Diddy humble, and that is Diddy doing time behind bars, because nothing has shifted him from deterring from his actions, desisting from his actions. And as such, he's saying Diddy has to realize that what he did was not okay, and as such, he has to be held accountable. Now, as you guys know, he was acquitted on racketeering and sex trafficking. If he was found guilty, he would be looking at life in sentence to life in prison or possible 20 years. Now, with the sentencing, the prosecutors were pushing for the minimum of 11 years, but the judge has made the final decision for 50 months plus a $500,000 fine. Now, you guys know that, as I've said, several people there were over 78 different letters wrote to the judge from his family, friends, baby mamas, close friends, and associates pleading with the judge for Sean Diddy Combs' release. Cassie Ventura, the star witness in his trial, also wrote a letter to the judge reminding the judge that all these people were talking because they got money and I know that I got something a lot more than what they all got. And what I got was horrific. It left me with trauma. I'm still going to therapy. I have to be joining different help groups. I have to change my entire address. I showed the courtroom my scars, the bruises, some of them still permanent on my body, the use of drugs. Sean Diddy Combs would ply me with drugs consistently. You all saw the video of me running from a freak off. So I don't want the world to forget that. All these character witnesses saying all these good things about Diddy, and they are failing to mention that Sean Diddy Combs cannot be trusted, because after I filed that lawsuit accusing him of what he did to me, he told the world I was lying on him. It was not until that video was released that he took some amount of false accountability for his action. And then after that, the video was deleted. So Cassie ensured to remind the judge that Diddy cannot be trusted. Anything that he says, it's not true, because take, for example, what he did to me. So that was really, really good of Cassie to ensure that she was the last person who got her letter in, because after everyone said all those good things, Cassie was saying that's their dream. But I live the reality of dealing with this man, and this is the reality that you all need to be mindful of. Because while there's some things that you can question that I said, you cannot question the scars. You cannot question that video of you all watching that man putting hands and feet on me. And you all remember carefully, before the video was released, he said he didn't do it. That's who he is. That's who he'll always be. And he's never, ever going to change. So that was a really, really excellent move there by Cassie Ventura and the prosecution. But as I've said to you guys, TMZ has put in the work by ensuring that they spoke with as many attorneys as they could from the different scope. And as such, all of them came down to one thing consistently. None of them saw Sean Diddy Combs being sentenced to more than 6 years. None of them said more than 6 years. So as such, this sentencing should not be coming as any surprise to anyone. I have several videos talking about it, wherein I said they all said a maximum of 5 years for Diddy. And here it is today, a maximum of 5 years. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what's your take on the matter. Sean Diddy Combs have finally been held accountable. It was predicted as well by Sloan Bella. Sloan Bella said that the energy is going to shift from around him for about 5 years. You know, they're going to shift our energy into a different direction. He's going to get out of jail, but by the time he gets out of jail, he's going to literally be a nobody. No matter what he does, we're not going to look his way, because everything around us is energy based on what she explains. They know how to manipulate the energy around us, and they're going to shift our energy away from him, because this is a sacrifice by his handlers for basically him biting the hands that fed him. And Cassie Ventura was the key player in this, which means that if they wanted Diddy to do life behind bars, they would have come up with more evidence to ensure that he was held indefinitely behind bars. But this is how they play. And I mean, it's unfortunate that he didn't serve more time. But again, the higher ups, they're normally in control. And I have to say that honestly, justice was served somewhat, not in its entirety, because again, I do say 8 years would be more satisfactory. But at the end of the day, the judge has decided. That's all I have to share in this video with you all. Let me know what's your take. While you're at it, do all you need to on this video. Peace.